Moby Dick is an epic and adventure fiction book and one of the fundamental books in the history of universal literature, written by Herman Melville in 1851.
Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, with nothing to interest me on shore, I thought I would sail about a little and see the oceans of the world. I love to sail dangerous seas and land on foreign coasts. I had already made a number of voyages on trading ships and now set out to go whaling. I had no idea I would meet the mad Captain Ahab and hunt for the great white whale, which men called Moby Dick. I landed in New Bedford on a Saturday night in December. I was very unhappy to learn that the boat for Nantucket had already sailed. There was no way of reaching Nantucket until Monday. What a bitter night! I must find somewhere to stay. I soon came to an inn. Spouter, coughing, rather evil sounding, but I'll risk it. Inside, I found the landlord. My house is full, but wait, you have no objection to sharing a bed with a harpooner, have you? I'll share with any good man, rather than walk about on so bitter a night. All right, take a seat. You want supper? Where is the harpooner? Is he here? He'll be here before long. But at 12 o'clock, the harpooner still hadn't come in. Landlord, does he always keep such late hours? No, but tonight he went out selling, and maybe he can sell his head. His head? It's just a shrunken head. A strange thing, you know? But it's getting very late. You better be turning in. I took the landlord's advice, but I had not been asleep long before I awakened and, Lord save me, the harpooner! First, he prayed to a sun god. Then, undressing, he lit up as a tomahawk, which he used as a pipe. Putting out the lamp, he jumped into bed. Who, W, speak or I kill? Landlord, save me! Why didn't you tell me he was a wild man? Don't be afraid. Q-cake wouldn't harm a hair of your head. After some thought, why be upset? He's a human being, just as I am, and a whaling man. Better to sleep with a sober wild man than a drunken Christian. If you'll just put that tomahawk away, or pipe, or whatever it is. You get in. I never slept better in my life. Next morning, we had breakfast. No coffee and rolls for him, only beef steaks, rare. Then we went to the Whalesman Chapel, where we heard a special talk by Father Maple. Shipmates sin not, but if you do, ask to be forgiven like Jonah. Returning to the inn, we had a friendly smoke together. We friends, we go whaling together. And so, on Monday, we took the boat to Nantucket. In Nantucket, Queequeg asked his stone god Yoho for help. Yoho said you find a ship for us. And so I set out among the many ships. Of the ships in port, I picked the Pequod. On deck, in a tent supported by whalebone, I found Captain Peleg, a Quaker and owner of one of the boats. Sir, I was thinking of going out on a ship. You were? What takes you? A whaling? I want to see the world, and what whaling is. What whaling is, huh? Have you seen Captain Ahab, who is captain of this ship? He has only one leg. Was the other lost by a whale? Chewed up by the biggest whale that ever ran the boat. Do you still wish to go a whaling? Then come below with me to Bildad, another owner, and sign the papers. Reading the Bible again, Bildad, huh? He says he's our man and wants to sail. Do you? I do. He'll do, but don't be too generous with the pay. Our duty is to the owners of this ship, many of them widows and orphans. Blast ye, Bildad, I'll not cheat this young man. I have a friend who wants to sail too. He has killed more whales than I can count. Bring him along then. And so the next day, what a harpoon he's got. I say, Quahock, or whatever your name is. Did you ever spear a fish? Queequeg jumped into a whaleboat, hanging at the side. You see a small drop of tar on water. Suppose it will I. Watch then. If him will I, why, the whale dead. Quick, Bildad, get the ship's paper. He must have head hog there. I mean coup hog. And we'll give him more than he ever was given a harpooner out of an Nantucket. As we left the ship, we met an old sailor. Have you signed up with that ship, and have you seen Captain Ahab? We haven't. They say he's sick, but we'll soon be all right. Ha! But Captain Ahab is all right. Then this left arm of mine will be all right. Not before. Come, Kukek. This fellow is crazy. Morning to you, shipmates, and God pity you. God pity you. For several days we were very busy on the Pequod. Supplies for a 3 years' voyage were bought on board the ship. Then, on a cold Christmas day, we sailed, with Bildad and Peleg, to a little south of the port. Man the anchor! Blood and thunder! Jump! Move it, you men! Pull and lift it, you men! Heave, till Q-Hawk! At last, Peleg and Bildad said their goodbyes and got into the pilot boat. Ship and boat moved in different directions, and we sailed into the wide Atlantic, not knowing what waited for us out there.
We were a crew for many countries. Our officers were Chief Mate Starbuck, tall and careful, happy-go-lucky Stuff, the second mate, and Flask, the third mate who lived to kill. But for several days nothing was seen of Captain Habat. What kind of man is our Captain, I wonder? A man like any other. I hear he has a wife and child in Nantucket. He's a not common man. From what I hear, something in him is bothering him and make him do strange things. The one day I saw him on the quarterdeck, something about him made me afraid. He's freeful enough as I feel her with a great problem. You mean of top of the masters? There, look sharp. There are walls around here. If you see on a white one, you'll the signal. A white wall. There's something special in the wine, something strange. No longer after Habat gave a order, usually only for emergencies. Send everybody to the rear. Yes, sir, everybody to the rear. The entire ship company came together. You have heard me give orders about a white wall. Look you. Do you see this cone of gold? He nailed the cone of the mainmast. Whosoever of yours bought me a white wall with a wrinkled brow and a crooked jowl, he shall give this gold voice. That white wall must be the one some call Moby Dick. What is not Moby Dick that took off your leg? Who told you that? Hey, it was that Moby Dick. I will chase him around the world before I give up. And this is what you do have sailed for, men, to chase the white wall till the spilly black ball. What you say, men? Will we give the shepherd for the white wall? I shall have a for Moby Dick. God bless you, men. Stabber, go bring a small barrel of rum for the men. Aren't you going after Moby Dick, Mr. Starbuck? I am brave enough, Captain, but I came to hunt whales. No, my Captain Vengancy. How many barrels of oil will it give? What will it bring off the market? A curse on the dumb body of an animal struck with knowing what he did? Madness is gonna get a God. Don't talk to me of God, man. I struck the sun if it insulted me. Some strange unknown power struck at me from the wall. Shall I not strike black? Oh, the barrel of rum, drink, men, and pass it on. Drink well, men. Drink and promise, there to Moby Dick. There to Moby Dick. God help me. God help me so Lord. Also, heavy search was for Moby Dick. He did not forget the business of whaling, as we seldom sold. Master, keep a real lookout, signal if you see a whale. And one cloudy afternoon, there she blows, she blows. The order to lower the boats into the water was given and we set it out to find the whale. I was in Starbuck's boat and soon row boats row. This is storm coming, but we still time to kill a whale. There he's come, there, give it off him, quick. The storm struck, the whale rolled like an earthquake under us and escaped. All night we floated in our water-filled boat. I down, look our jump, men. Our own ship had hit us in the dark, but we were quickly rescued. But there were other days and other walls. On one chase, Stuff's spot let the rest. Give it to him, Testego. Changing places with the harpooner, Stuff dug his spear into the wall. The wall went into its flurry, churning the water, until he said, Mr. Stuff. Yes, he stopped blowing water. The wall was pulled to the ship. Then, when the men tied it to the side of the peacock with chains, the hair was cut off and propped over the back of the ship, where it was held by a chain.
Night was coming on, and so were the sharks. You two stay out there and keep the sharks off, or they'll eat the whale before we can get to it. Aye, Mr. Stuff. And so, all that night, blast your sharks, look for your dinner somewhere else. Kala, kulu, mikile. Next day, with hook and chain, the floover was cut from the whale. The peeled white body was cut loose and drifted away. What a sad funeral for such a mighty animal! The floover was cut into smaller pieces. Then the floover was boiled down into oil in a large pot. At night, in the darkness, the ship seemed to be on fire. In the morning, the whale's head was pulled up so that the very valuable oil called spermacera could be taken from a case inside the head. Testego climbed on top of the head and dug a hole with a sharp spade. He pushed a bucket into the hole with a long pole. Time and again, the bucket was lifted up to the deck, where the oil was emptied into a tub. Then, a slip of the foot and "Help!" Man overboard! He fell into the case! The head tore from the hooks dropped, and slowly began to sink into the sea. But Quick Egg went to the rescue. Soon he was under the water. In a few moments, look, he's got him! Many a whale did we catch as we sailed southward, but Ahab had only one thought. We near Japan. These are the waters where Moby Dick may hide. He heard a footstep at the door, and who's there? It is I, Starbuck, Captain Ahab. Sir, oil is leaking from some barrels in the hold. We must stop and... What? Stop here for a week to repair all the barrels? If we do not, we will waste more oil in a day than we may get in a year. What will the owners say? Owners? What do I care about the owners? Go on deck. A better man than I might well pass over in you what he would resent in a young man. Aye, and in a happier man too. Do you dare to think wrongly of me? Get on deck. Grabbing a loaded gun, Ahab aimed at Starbuck. There is one God that is Lord over the earth, and one captain that is Lord over the Pequod. Now I order you to get on deck. You have made me angry, sir, but you don't have to fear Starbuck. But Ahab should fear Ahab. Beware of yourself, old man. What's that he said? Ahab, beware of Ahab? There's something true about what he says. A little later on the deck. You are too good a fellow, Starbuck. Head for land and repair the barrel. After the barrels were repaired, the Pequod sailed on, and... Blacksmith, make me a spear. One that will stick in a whale like his own fin bone. Is this harpoon for the white whale, sir? Aye, for the white devil. Here, make the heads for the harpoon from my razors. I have no need of them, for I neither shave, eat, nor pray till. But here, to work. Ahab made the harpoon ready, not in the water, but in blood drawn from the harpooners. I baptize thee, not in the name of the Father, but in the name of the devil. As we sail in the Japan seas, a storm broke on us from a cloudless sky. By night, the ship's sails were torn. The sky and sea rocked with thunder and lightning, as the men worked to save the ship. Who's there? All thunder! Ahab, the captain! Look in the sky! Look at the sparks! The metal and three-pointed lightning rods on the masts glowed with a silent flame. Seamen call this the straight atmosphere. Although the men had all seen this kind of thing before, they watched, frozen in their shoes. God, have mercy on us all! It almost lights the way to the white whale. Ahab held the chain of the mainmast, lightning rod. I will pretend to feel the pulse, and let mine beat against it. Blood against fire. Leap up, fire! I leap with thee, worship thee. Thy harpoon, captain, it glows with a ball of fire. God is against thee, old man. This voyage will end in the good. Turn back. Aye, let us sail home while we may.
But Ahab held the burning harpoon. All of you promise to hunt for the white whale with me. We will all hunt, do you hear? Look here. With one breath he blew out the flame. Thus I blow out the last fear. The storm ended, and some hours later, Starbuck went to Ahab's cabin to report that new sails had been put up and the ship was again on course. He slept within. Shall I wait him to drag us all to our doom? He would have shot me with this very gun. Should I let this crazy old man bring us all to our death? Will I be a murderer if? Then between the stateroom, Ahab cried out in his sleep, Estrada, oh, Moby Dick, I hold you hard at last. No, I cannot. Even though any day I may sink with all the crew to the bottom of the sea. Sailing on, the Pequod met the Rachel, another whaler from Nantucket. Have you seen the white whale? Hey, yesterday. The captain of the Rachel came aboard the Pequod. Where was he? Did you kill him? No, he escaped and towed off one of my boats. My boy, my young boy, was on that boat. Will you help me find it? He's soon lost. We must save that boy. Let me rent your ship for 48 hours. I'll pay and pay well. You have a child of your own safely at home. You must understand, you must help. I will not do it, even though I lost time. Goodbye and God bless you, man. But I must go after Moby Dick. The captain went back to the Rachel to continue the search. We watched her as we sailed swiftly away. They haven't found the lost boy. I doubt they ever will. A few days later, Moby Dick is around here. I must have the first sight of him myself. Make me a seat and raise me to the masthead. From his high seat on top of the mast have watched the sea. Show yourself, you monster. I have challenged Moby Dick. Not longer after a mild day, Starbuck, on such a sweet day, I struck my first whale, 40 years ago. Out of those 40 years, I have not spent 3 ashore. I have grown old and tired on the so little time have I spent on land. My wife, been alone since I with her. What a 40 years full has all of it been. In your eyes and in your magic glass, I see my home and yours. Stay aboard the Pequod when Ahab gives chase to Moby Dick. The danger shall not be yours. You shall live to see home again. Oh, my captain, give up the chase of that hidden monster. Let us turn back, and you too shall see home again. Some nameless thing keeps me here. Some hidden lord and master drives me on. I dare not turn back. Suddenly, without hope, Starbuck slipped away. That night, Ahab suddenly smelled the sea air. That's a strange odor. It's a whale. Moby Dick is near. Next morning, he ordered all hands on deck. See you nothing, no sign of the white whale. Pull me aloft. As he was pulled up the mainmast, there she blows, a home like a snow hill. It is Moby Dick. I saw him first. The gold coin is mine. Lower me. Quick, lower the boats. Boats. Mr. Starbuck, remember, stay on board the ship. As the boats raced toward the monster, there he sounds. Changing places, Abjad went to the bow and locked it down. I see he's open, just below. Stand close to the stern. The whale swam outwards, turning on Nick's back, and, "Look out, Captain!" His jaw slowly closed on the boat, but one of his teeth caught on our oarlock. Ajab grabbed the long tug, trying to work it free. "Blaze it, to hold me helpless in your very jaw." Suddenly, the jaw slipped from him, and the wheel caused the water to turn so that Ajab barely kept above it. Then the Pequod, which had been steering by sailed up, sailed on the whale, drive it away. The whale was driven off, and the boats flew to the rescue. Next day, Ajab again sighted the whale. There she blows in the waves. Look for the last time at the sun, Moby Dick. Tie hour and tie harpoon are at hand. In a few moments, lower the boats, Mr. Starbuck, stay aboard and look after the ship.
This time the whale rushed at the boats, then dashed his head against the bottom of Ahab's boat. Again the Pequod rescued the men and boats. "Let me lean on you, Starbuck. My ivory leg is broken, but I will kill the white whale yet. Even if I circle the world 10 times, and even dive right through it. Never will you capture him, old man. One of our men is lost. I saw him pulled down. Shall we all be pulled to the bottom of the sea? Give up this madness. Though I like you for some strange reason, you are a fool. I must go on, Lieutenant. I act under orders. I must obey and chase Moby Dick. I must." The next day, the weather was clear. After an hour's watching, "There," she blows. "I meet this third time, Moby Dick." Again, Ahab gave the order for the chase, and, "Starbuck, for the third time my ship starts upon this voyage." "Aye, sir, you will have it." "I am old. Shake hands with me, man. Oh, my captain, do not go. See, it's a brave man that weeps." "I go. Lower away. Stand by the crew." As the boat started forward, Moby Dick turned the water furiously. Rushing ahead on, the whale overturned 2 boats, but left Ahab's almost without a scar. While the 2 boats were brought aboard the ship to be repaired, Ahab's boat alone chased the whale. "The sharks are chewing up the oars. They will last long enough. Pull on." With a curse, Ahab threw the harpoon. It sank deep, but the whale pushed on, and the line snapped. Suddenly, as the Pequod sailed up, the whale turned towards the ship. As if it were the cause of all his danger, the whale headed towards the ship. "The ship! He's going to ram it!" The men on the Pequod saw the monster coming at them. "The whale! Oh, Ahab, see what you've caused!" "My God, stand by me now." "Oars on, men! Save my ship!" But it was too late. The whale hit the ship. The waters poured in. "Death to my ship! Must she die? And without me? I'm not able to go down with my ship as it's the wish of all brave captains. Oh, lowly death after a lonely life. Ho! Towards you I come, you monster whale. To the end of my life I will fight with you. From my heart I stab you. For hate's sake I spirit my last breath at you. Thus I give up the spear." Again the harpoon struck. The whale flew forward. The line got tangled. Ahab bent to clear it, but the flying turn caught him around the neck. He was shot out of the boat and disappeared into the waves. For an instant, the boat crew stood as though in trance. Great God, where is the ship? The ship, too, was disappearing into the ocean, and now, drawn by the suction of the sinking ship, the small boat and all in it, the smallest ship of the Pequod, were carried out of sight under the waves. Then all was finished, and the great blanket of sea rolled on as it rolled 5,000 years ago. The story is done, but one did live through the wreck. I, Ismael. On the second day, a sail drew near. I was the Rachel that in her search after her missing children only found another orphan, and I alone escaped to tell them